right, straight to the real.
Okay, yes, go.
What's working for you in dating,
Woo.
and what is not working? Like you're here for a reason, right? Like
Well, the men aren't working. Does that
okay,
make sense?
got you,
Yeah.
got you.
All right, the man, the myth, the legend, Charles. How do you say your last name, by the way?
Charles, it's Sharif, but you can say like sheriff. You can say it both ways.
All right, we got Charles from Age of Attraction on Netflix season one. By the way, on Instagram, it says Charles Xavier. Did you get that from Professor X on X-Men?
You know what? My middle name is actually Xavier,
Oh, it
and
is. Oh, okay.
yeah, my dad's a big nerd, and he named all of my siblings after like anime characters or like just animation. So I'm named after Professor X, Charles Xavier. So
I
yeah,
love I love that. Hey,
yeah,
maybe someday you could do some voiceover work for that character if you ever
that would be cool, man. I mean, maybe
joke.
one day I'll be in a wheelchair and I'll be bald, but we'll see, man.
That's the great thing about voiceover. You could portray any character.
True.
All right. So actually, I wanted to ask you some questions about Age of Attraction, if you don't mind. So
Yeah,
we were discussing this a little bit over Instagram, how you got on the show, and you said you were scouted out through Hinge, correct?
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, all right. So how did that whole process start? Like, what were like? So you just downloaded Hinge, you were just like scouting out some new dates, and then somebody from casting hit you up. Are you allowed to say like which person or what company hit you up, or how did that work exactly?
I don't think there's anything against me sharing that information. I'll explain it. I mean, I'm still single. I was on Hinge because I was single as well. I stay in a major city in Dallas. You almost have to. I mean, you don't have to, but being on the dating apps, it could be a double-edged sword. But I was on the dating apps, right? And I get a like from a woman, and she said something along the effect of, "Hey, I'm looking for people who don't mind like age gap dating. I think you're pretty. Would you like to talk more?" And I was looking at it, and I was like, you know what? She's not like asking for my social or anything. She's not a scammer. Let me see where it goes. So we started talking. She's, "Hey, can I do a call with you?" I gave her my phone number. We actually called. I remember exactly where I was when I called her. I was in front of another date's house. And I was like, "Hold on, I have a phone call before I come in. Just wait, right?" And I was on the call with this casting director, and we started talking. She's like, "Wow, you're so much different from the other men I talked to. Like, you have more depth to you, you have a personality, and you're gorgeous." And she was like, "Hey, let's do a Zoom call. I'm gonna talk to the producers, but I think they're gonna like you because I love you." And I was like, "Man, like, when's the next time I can talk to you?" I was like, "You seem really genuine as well. You seem cool." And it just got set up that way. So my other castmates, I'm pretty sure when I tell them the same story, they were really surprised. Like even out there on set, they're like, "What? They found you through a dating app like in September? Like what? That was early. Like I applied." And I was like, "Yeah, I just scouted this guy in Dallas on a dating app."
That's that's actually a pretty cool story because you have like hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people
Man,
trying to get on this stuff, and then you just get
man,
like scouted through Hinge. So that's pretty
yeah,
cool.
man, yeah. It's a major maybe underdog story, but also at the same time, I understand like if I didn't look a certain way, she wouldn't have asked me. So I'm like, maybe stay in shape and um, I don't know, keep eating right, and more opportunity will come. I
Yeah,
don't know,
that's pretty cool. You're probably like,
yeah.
damn, I wanted to date this girl. Who's this now?
I mean, she was cute, but she was like, she's a cool person. She's a cool person, but I probably wouldn't date her. We'll probably have a lot of different. No,
Yeah,
she's cool though. She's cool.
yeah. Are you allowed to say
Yeah.
who it is? I can cut certain things out, by the way. Like,
Oh, sure. I mean, if you have to cut it later, it's fine. But her name is Alicia.
Alicia. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know her. Like some of
Yeah.
those casting producers are following me, but I don't know. There's a
Oh,
ton.
cool.
Um,
Yeah.
is there like a
Yeah,
certain
there's a good one.
company that they're with? I know there's certain companies
Um,
or casting companies. I
dang.
don't know. There's like so many.
I recognize a name called Pittman Casting.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, I did a game show, Let's Make a Deal with Wayne Brady. Have you heard of that show?
I have.
Like where they dress up in the costumes. I did that like back in 2021, and that was Pittman
Oh,
Cat.
wow.
So, okay.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
they seem like a big deal because I mean they're casting for Netflix. So I'm like, this must be like an established, really cool company. and it
Yeah.
was. So.
Okay. Yeah. I actually saw them posting about for like season two. I was actually thinking
Mhm.
about it myself. I'm like, you know what? And then I had to rewatch the season again. I'm like, you know what? That would be really hard to go on. Like I bet that was super hard.
Yeah.
Like what was that experience like? Like just showing up there and having to just speed date all these people. Like I saw in the first episode where you
Yeah.
all walked out and then you just dated all of each other. And then I
Yeah.
saw you in the first episode, a little clip of you talking, and then that's where I first saw you. That's like where I first saw you being featured in. Like how
Yeah,
was that little? How was that first episode? Was it awkward or?
yeah. So I'll talk about that. First of all, I shouldn't have switched barbers before I went. Man, I was cooked. But anyways, I went on there and bro, I know that the public doesn't know this, but we were there maybe for a week before we even got to see like a woman. Like we got separated from the women and it stayed separate for such a long time. So that speed dating scene, man, the walk in, gosh, like I'll just say this. It was a lot at once.
I wasn't nervous until now.
Confident as well. So I just sat there and I'm just like, I'm gonna have a regular conversation with these people. I'm not gonna pretend to be a certain way. I'm not gonna ask them like the right things. I'm like, I'm just asking real straight up questions. And I think that's why they put that me in that first part. Like I was the first person you get to like see on TV because I think I said something like, hey, let's get straight to it. Like, what are you here for? What are you looking for? Like, what's your type? Right. And that puts someone in a position of, oh, this guy's real. Like, let me actually tell him, and it gives me feedback. It gives me information because I'm like, okay, if I'm not that, I'm not gonna try to pretend to be that. Maybe I just move on and talk to somebody else, right? So what it was like is the set was so grand, man. It was beautiful. Like you're out there in Whistler, Canada, somewhere I've never been. Beautiful. British Columbia is amazing. So already you're just like looking around and seeing the sights, but the set is done so well. Like this is top tier production, top tier creativity by Netflix, right? And the women got to sit down first, of course. So you're just walking through, wondering. You already know where your seat is. The one of the directors tell you where your seat is, where you're gonna go. So you're just walking around, looking around. You sit down. These cameras are state of the art. I mean, you probably already know. Like you've been auditioned and stuff like that. So anywhere you're sitting, you could have a camera on you. Of course, they don't want to miss anything. But the experience with the women, it was interesting what people talk about. Like some people immediately talk about their job, like it's their personality. No disrespect to anybody. We're all in the same, group chats. We're all friends. But there's some people they're kind of a little more shallow than others, and this is the experience that I think reflects the real world. So some people immediately, oh, I do this for work, or I do this, and I'm like, oh, same old, But it was interesting, man. Some people were against the grain, and they were like funny. They added their personality in there immediately, and I was like, I like this person. Let me keep tabs on them. And if you don't know, I know just to wrap up and land my point here, but you go back to your we had like this tent that all the guys were in, and they give you a sheet of paper. So you take that sheet of paper and it has all the women on it, and you circle 5 women the first time of the first round of elimination. You circle 5 women that you like or that you feel like you hit it off with, and if they circle you back, then you match with them, and the producers will try to set up a date. So that's probably all that happened on the first day of filming with that speed dating scene that you saw.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Were you pretty
Yeah.
nervous leading up to it, or it just came kind of natural?
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I was a
Yeah,
little nervous.
I think anybody would be.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. You don't know what you're gonna see or what you're gonna get. I remember during the interview process, they kind of told me what variety of women they would have, but you still don't know. You sit down in front of someone, you don't know where they come from, their attitude, their character, their anything. So it's first time meeting somebody, but it's funny, man. It made me so good in experiences today because like now I don't get nervous at all. It's like you go from that to regular dating, it's nothing. You know.
Yeah, and I bet it was
Yeah.
nerve-wracking. I bet a lot of people were asking, like you said, about your job or how much money you make. I seen that question in there by some other people. It's like right away, damn.
that was Chloe and Wes.
Guys?
god, you have green eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell?
Our babies could have green eyes.
Oh my god, right?
Wait, okay, how much money do you make and what's your job?
Yeah?
Like diving in.
For real?
Or, okay, what's your job?
Damn, girl.
Both of them are cool. We're both friends. I've seen both of them in person since. But yeah, that was funny. He's like, damn, girl.
Like right after that scene that you had you talking over there, or with the one lady, I forgot who was that lady that you were talking to that they caught you.
Yeah, her name was Leah. She actually went a lot. She went further to the end of the show, actually.
All right, straight to the real.
Okay, yes, go.
What's working for you in dating, and what is not working? Like you're here for a reason, right? Like,
Well, the men aren't working. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, we're still friends. She's cool.
So how many did you actually watch the whole season? Or so I know some people don't like watch it all if they don't if they're not in the whole thing, but did you watch all
Yeah.
the episodes?
I watched most of it. There's some I just skimmed through. I didn't watch all of it like top to bottom. But I mean, I know exactly what happens, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
So for people that don't know, how many episodes were you in that you caught?
man, I was just in one because, and so was all of the other cast. Like, oh, okay, there was 40 of us, and I'm pretty sure after the first episode, you only see 10 other people, maybe 12, but the rest of the people gone. You know, I'm thankful enough. My name got showed up there. I got to speak because some people you just see the side of their head and that's it. You know, but
Crazy.
they had to condense it to. It's crazy, man. They had to condense it to 8 episodes, and right before the season came out, I think a month before, we got an email. Most of us did. It's like, hey, you're not prominently shown. You know, just want to let you know we have to focus on, you know, getting it all into 8 episodes. Yada yada yada. Right? And I respect it. I understand it. But with that being said, some of us were in Hollywood for the reveal party, and we were like, dang. Man, I wish they would have shown this or that or this or those. Because there's a scene I think the public would have really, really loved. We did this scene where we were doing like a mixer, right? And it was like a, you know, like dim light, almost like a speakeasy type of vibe, like an upscale bar type of vibe. Everyone was dressed to the nines, looking good, looking cool, especially me, I'm not gonna lie. And the scene was so cool, man. It was the first time we got to drink a little bit of alcohol, spend time with the women that we didn't get to talk to, because there's women that we didn't even get to talk to throughout the whole series, but we got to talk to, you know, everybody was in one spot together, and you just got to see what happens, you know. So I really, really wish they would have kept that film. Hopefully they still have it. It's probably in an archive somewhere. But man, I want the public to see that, man. It was so good.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about because I mean you were there for so long. Like how long were you there for exactly?
Yeah, so I was there for like 2-ish weeks. Right at the 2-week mark, like the 2-ish week mark, there was a big chop where you got cut if you didn't match with someone that had a big age gap. You got moved out, sent home, flown home, and sorry, my oven.
Oh,
And the 10 people that did have that big age gap, that did have that match, they were transported to Vancouver, and they moved into an apartment with each other. And that's where I don't know if you've seen the rest of the season or not, but hopefully I didn't spoil anything for you. But yeah, they moved in with somebody, and you just live life and they film you. So
that is crazy. So being there for 2 weeks and then you get one episode. I remember
man,
watching it, I'm like, all right, where's Charles? Where's Charles? Where's Charles?
man,
I was like,
so many people were like, where are you, man? Where are you, man? Oh my gosh, gotta see you, gotta see you. And I was like, just to think there's 30 of us that have the same experience with the people that we know. But I get it. It's the highest level of um streaming, right? Netflix. And they have this mission of fitting all this film into this one inaugural season. And I think their objective was we have to hook people because it's the new dating series in a prime slot of February, of March. We have to hook people and we have to get them on it. And I mean, they did a good job of it. I think there was a stat that came out, or an article that came out a few days ago, that Netflix's Age of Attraction was like the best producing or the best rated reality TV series in the first 6 months of this year.
oh,
And I
no.
was like, dang, that's major, man. That's major. Because think about it. Love is Blind came out. The new season of Love of the Spectrum was on.
Yeah.
So it's not they were fighting these titans, or we were fighting these titans. Velvet Hammer and Netflix did a great job.
That's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
basically, did they cut people who didn't make a match or who didn't get a match with somebody with like just with a big age gap? Or what if you matched with somebody that was like the same age as you or like
No.
years older? They still cut you?
All of the above, man. Yeah, if you didn't have because
Okay.
the yeah age of attraction, the goal was age gap dating. There's examples of people that matched and they only had like a 3, 5, 2 year age gap. They didn't move on to Vancouver. They didn't film that, and I think part of the I know, man. I think part of the public wanted to see. It's like, yeah, there's a spectrum of age gaps. Um, I think they wanted to see even smaller age gaps. Because there's some people in this day and age, if there's somebody who's 4 or 5 years older than them or younger than them, they're like, no, deal breaker. But in reality, I think if you're an adult, like you should have an open mind about age gaps up to a certain point. Like me personally, I'm 34. I can't see myself dating under like, you know, 24, 23, somewhere in that area. But I can't see myself dating above probably like 50, to be honest. Like it's kind of maybe I don't know if I can stretch it. I don't know. It just depends on the
Yeah.
person, bro. It depends on the
Yeah.
person, man.
It's
So yeah.
yeah, it's not easy. I was watching it and I saw like there's one 27-year-old and a 60-year-old and like
Man,
and things like
huge
that.
gap.
I was like,
Yeah.
are you doing this just to get on and be on the rest of the season? Or
I
it's a
mean,
little weird if your kids are like some of them like their kids were younger than the person they were dating. I'm like,
man,
that's it's good content, but
it's good content.
uh,
And that's where I say is like that's the wow factor that Netflix wanted. I mean, yeah, those people matched and everything, but I think they wanted that wow factor of hey, and it worked. Here's a 27-year-old and here's a 60-year-old. Like, my goodness, you don't like what? Like people are like mind blown. It's just there's this controversy and then there's this and that. At least for me, the age gap I gave you are the people who usually I see like me on apps, come up to me in person, like who are attracted to me. But with that age gap, 27 and 60, I think that was interesting, man. Both folks are interesting. There was another big age gap with John and Teresa. I'm pretty sure John was 20, 28, 27, I think, and Teresa was like 54, 55. That was
yeah.
a big age gap too. So whether it's male or female, both age gaps was just whoa. But I get it. There was some chemistry between the two. One couple lasted longer than the other, and neither couple. Is this a spoiler? Have you finished it? Do you mind if I tell you?
Oh yeah, no, go ahead, tell me.
Okay, yeah, neither couple lasted. So, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I bet. I mean, like I can imagine going in there myself and trying to make it last, but in the real world, I don't know how that would work out. Yeah.
yeah, there's two token couples from the experience that made their age gap last, or they have so much chemistry and it works out for them. They did really well. It's really cool to see, actually. Andrew and Libby, me and them are really cool. Me and those are two are really cool. They look great together. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really cool couple. I think Libby at the time was 22. Andrew was 39, I believe, something like that. They're still together, and then Vanessa and Logan. Logan's 30 at the time. Vanessa, I believe, 49 or 50, and they love the shit out of each other, man. Like it's really cool to see out of this experience that there's two couples that actually love each other. So I'm like, it actually works for some people. That's amazing. At least in my book.
Yeah, so they're still together to this day.
To this day.
Oh no, okay, okay. At least it works for
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. So shit. Let me see. I wrote some stuff down. Let's see. I like looking back on it. Was there anybody that you wished you would have talked to more or gained a connection with that you didn't really get to speak with, or because I know
Yeah.
I know producers, you know, tell a lot of the contestants
Influence some.
what to
Yeah.
do and what not to do, and you don't always have that opportunity. But you think there was anybody on there that you would have had a connection with if you would have got more time with them, or
Oh, for sure. Might have to thoroughly answer this question because those 2 weeks you were out there, it wasn't like a regular day in 2 weeks where you just have like all this downtime and you're just like on the phone scrolling and time just passes by. Like you're 2 weeks on set, like you're 2 weeks filming pretty much, right? So it seemed longer than it actually was. But what was shorter than it actually was the time that you got to spend with the women that you were interested in or the women in general. So when you asked me, was there anyone that I wanted to connect with, spend more time with? Yes. And I'll name them if you have the cast members up, if you know the cast members. It would have been cool to spend more time with. I feel like me and Pfeiffer connected for like in the speed date. I could be wrong. I don't know. It seemed like there's some chemistry there. We're both sporty. We're both tall. It'd been cool to talk to her more. Would have been cool to talk to Michelle more. I feel like we had some chemistry as well. Let's see. There was another person named Vicky. She's country. I have some country boy in me. I grew up part of my life in the country. So I just noticed through connecting with these people on Instagram, I was like, dang, that would have been awesome to know more about you. And I could have gotten there if we had the opportunity to interact with the women more. So yeah, Michelle, Vicky, um, and also Pfeiffer. Who else, man? I gotta think this one. This is a good one. There's a few people, I'm not gonna lie, there's a few women I went up to and I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not their type. And I was just like, hey, have a good day, peace, keep it respectful, just keep it moving. Um, dang, Brandon, hold on, let me think. Let me think.
That's all good. There's a lot of people in there too.
There's a lot of people. Yeah, there's 20 on each side. Um, I don't want to leave anyone out. I think that might be, at least off the top of my head, off my hungry mind here. Yeah, it would have been initially good to spend more time with those three and see where things go. Mm,
You can always
yeah.
you can always hit them up on Instagram and be like, hey, let's go on a real date.
There's some where we've like flirted here and there. There's quite a good amount of distance between us as well. But I mean, I'm in Dallas, man. I don't have a problem dating. Those people are cool. Like we're still friends and everything. But not the illusion of options thing. But I'm doing fine in Dallas. There's nice women here too.
Yeah, but yeah, you're all the way in Dallas. So where did the filming take place at? And how come it took 2 weeks to show you in one episode?
Man, for real, bro. For real. Filming took place in Whistler, Canada. It's a ski resort town. It's a pretty wealthy town in British Columbia, like on the west side of Canada. How come it took that long? Yeah, man, we had so much film, but you see, that's just TV, man. You could film for months and you only get like an hour of footage that you use. So when you're out there filming for 2 weeks and you only see me in there for like 2 minutes, it's like it's kind of on brand with how it is. But also, I don't know, man. I think I'm a little I might be different from your average reality TV person. I think I am. Most people out there, they're already going in. They applied to the show. They were influencers or influencers in the making. I'm a freaking counter stereotypical guy that you found off of Hinge that, you know, tall, dark, and handsome black guy who likes metal, anime, animals, and going outdoors and like just doing random stuff, man. Art, like I'm just such this different being. I'm not sure if Netflix has ever seen someone like me before, and I'm almost positive they probably haven't. So I'm like, maybe a platform that big needs a space for somebody like me, or maybe I was in the right place at the right time. Maybe even though you didn't get to see much of who I am, is what Brandon, through the short time that we talked, maybe someone will explore that, or I don't know. There'll be more castings like me. I think maybe I know I'm going on a tangent a little bit, but maybe Netflix is like, you know what? We need more eccentric, nerdy, but also charismatic type of people on the show, and they don't have to be like this very model influencer follower count to the nines type of person, So maybe I was the hoorah for your regular guy that goes to a metal show and then the next day he's fishing, then the next day he's, petting cats at the cat shelter and adopting a dog and all kinds of stuff like that.
No, that's badass though. They should have made you the main character. Like
Man.
They should have set you up with someone old. You should have just went with it.
Yeah, for real.
Face the clout. No. But
maybe so, bro. I agree with you.
Did you ever mention that you're into heavy metal music to any of the women, and did they get weirded out by that? Because I don't know why some people think like They're just like, ew, what the fuck is that? I don't know why.
I don't know why either. People don't understand. I think it's something that's not familiar to them, so they don't vibe with it. You know, like I meet people. I did mention that on set for real, and there are some knee jerk reactions where they're like, "What metal? You mean like the screaming stuff? You mean like the? Do you fight people in the pit and whatnot?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, yes." You know. But I will say, man, metal people who listen to metal, they're some of the coolest people I've met. And I'm not just saying that just because I listen to metal, but man, like if anyone falls in the pit, you're picking them up. They're usually someone who's very dynamic, like they have so many different kinds of interests, they have an open heart, they're cool. But yeah, and dating, even now, I've had some ladies in my truck and I'll plug in my phone and the Spotify will start up and they're just sitting there and it's like all of a sudden you hear and they're like, what the heck? And I'm like, oh
Blast beats and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my bad. Do you want to listen to some indie or some R&B? Like, what do you want to like? They're like, do you actually listen to that? And I'm like, yeah, I actually do. Like, is that a problem? Like, we good, right? So yeah, it's funny, man.
Yeah, I sometimes I put it on just to fall asleep, and people are like, "How do you like? What are you doing?"
Can be cathartic, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's so funny. Well, shit. Speaking about heavy metal music, do you play any metal music, or do you make any of your music on your own? Or are you just like a big fan of it?
I'm a big fan. I wish I played instruments. I played some instruments growing up. I'll be honest, I actually love practicing the vocals of metal music. And I have a few songs that I've written and produced with a friend. Actually, last night I was
Oh, nice.
writing and producing music with my friend that's like further in like North Texas. But yeah, I actually have some like written and produced songs. I need to put them on Spotify. But yeah,
So you were doing vocals?
yep, yeah, vocals.
Because you're a
Yeah,
voiceover
bro.
artist, so since you told me
Yes,
you're
sir.
practicing voiceovers, so I'm like, well, shit, maybe you know some tricks with your voice. I don't know, like some screams, some growls, or what?
I know a little something, something here and there, but I really love just doing voiceovers and being a voiceover artist, man. I love how dynamic you can get with it. Like you could, you know Kid Cudi, right?
Yeah.
Kid Cudi's a great example. Like he has a great voice. He could sing, he could harmonize, he can hum, he can also scream. And I just think that's the power of your voice, your vocal cords being an instrument in of itself, because you can do so many different things. You can train your voice to do so many different things. That fascinates
It's definitely not easy. I used to have
me.
I used to have like a few different heavy metal bands. I was the vocalist of. I've been trying to
Sweet.
get this up and started again because my brother's a drummer. He's really good at playing
Ooh,
death metal and stuff. And
okay.
I was just a vocalist for a while. But our last show was before that pandemic in 2019, and then
Mm,
we just like writing stuff here and there over the last couple of years. But like we haven't had the same members and whatnot. I've been trying to get that started
yeah,
again because yeah, that was really fun because I can do a lot of things with my voice as well.
that's
That
cool,
might
man.
be one of the reasons why I landed a voiceover agent, but they're probably like, hey, he's got some potential here with that.
I'm like, hold on, whoa, he's pretty good. That's awesome. No, that's cool. I admire that. That's cool. You've actually voiced a band before. You've been the vocalist for a band. That's awesome, bro. That's dope.
If you ever want to collab on some music, we can go back and forth with some. I'll make the music. I'll send it to you. We'll do some screams. That'd
Let's do it.
be sick.
I love writing lyrics too. So yeah, let me know, man.
Yeah. So like, let's see. So you said, okay, so going back on the show, so what are all the moments that they edited out that you wish that were in there? I know you talked a little bit about that, but was there more
Yeah.
than one moment or?
Yeah, that's a good question. I actually had a whitewater rafting scene. There were several of us on a whitewater rafting date. And I wish they would have used that, especially because this is this place called Green Lake and Whistler in British Columbia. Most beautiful damn lake I've ever seen, man. It's like this beautiful clear water lake with these trees, and then there's a colossal mountain in the background with the snow cap. I'm just like, wow. So we're on a raft, and they're teaching us what to do on the raft, what not to do. And I get on the front of the raft and I do a front flip into the water. And they had a GoPro attached to my helmet,
Okay.
and I really wish they would have used that footage, but it's fine. I actually did it for the experience, man. Just like you're in British Columbia, this is the new experience for me. Let me actually live a little. Did that front flip. The water was cold as shit, man. The water was so cold. We were there in there, what, May, June. The water was like, whew, like I was like shivering, but it wasn't as bad to like get sick over. But we had a wetsuit and everything on, so we were fine. But that whitewater rafting scene was so fun. It was so cool. Even just visually, I wish they would have showed off like the adventure part, the mountains, because I think the only scene they may have used adventure wise was like a biking scene or something. And I was like, come on, bro, use the adventure sport scene, like use both, you know. So I wish they would have used that, and also the mixer. So that's two. I kind of wish they would have recorded some of the side conversation that we would have while we're waiting to be filmed, because there is some juicy stuff people were saying, man. There's some stuff.
That is crazy. So
Yeah.
that was filmed about, well, a little over a year ago, since you said May,
Yep.
June of last year. So you had to wait
Hmm.
all that time, and then it released in March
Yep.
just to find out that you were only in a little bit. That's crazy.
Brother, I was devastated. But is it a blessing though? I don't know. Is it, because there's some things that happen. Okay, you don't get some people. I didn't do it for the fame. I didn't do it for clout. I really was going there for experience. There's two couples that got love out of it. That's worth it to me. There's some people that did some things in the final scenes that I bet they could really, really wish that they could take back.
Hmm.
And I look at my life and I'm like, what if I did some things like that? Would I be upset? Would I be embarrassed? But honestly, knowing who I am as a person, I would have been my candid self and still would not have regretted anything. So yeah, it was a little disappointing not having some of the film, but at the same time, I'm like, well, maybe I'm still a mystery for now to the world and I could write my own story, or maybe I get on another show and that'll be my opportunity. Who knows?
Yeah, everything happens for a reason. Let's just
Exactly, brother.
think about it like that. Yeah, and who knows? Like, I'm pretty sure they might reach out to you for some other opportunities. They should have threw you on Perfect Match with Chris. That
Bro, that would have been
would be
cool,
dope.
man. Me and Chris are really cool. Me
Yeah.
and Chris are dope. We connected pretty closely. We were like neighbors out there in the resort.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, me and him are really tight, man. Chris is a cool dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see myself. I think a personality like mine, I don't know, let me know if you disagree, but I think I could see myself blooming and being perfect for like Love is Blind. Because behind a wall, the kind of person I am, I don't think the person would make an image in their head and it be accurate to what they see on the walkout scene. They'd be like, "Whoa, what the heck? Like, I didn't know you were, like what?" They'd be genuinely surprised, I think, and that's what Love is Blind is about. So,
Yeah, you should just go dressed up as you are with your metal shirt and everything. Be
yeah.
badass. I could actually see you being on that. Yeah, that would definitely be cool. Shit, you should apply. Have you applied for that before?
I've applied to the Austin one, and that was like last year. But I was like, oh dang, I don't live in Austin. They
Mm.
do like background scenes where they like go to your home and stuff like that. And I was like, dang, well, I'm in Dallas. You'd have to drive 3 hours and film that. But anyways, hopefully they come back around to Dallas. If not, maybe they could fly me out somewhere and I could stay in a release the show after my release is up, my non compete is up. I can go on the show. Like I can film it this year, all that. I
Mm.
wasn't shown as much, so a producer can probably be like, "Hey, you know what? You weren't shown as much. I'm gonna cast you for my show, and plus it's gonna come out, you know, summer of next year. You're all good." But for someone like that was filmed a lot in that show, I mean, they're probably getting other opportunities regardless, but they can't jump on and do like Traders or, um, Amazing Race or Alone, things like that. But to answer your question, man, I would love to do Survivor. I really would.
Ever.
I would love to do, yeah, man. So I've been watching Survivor for a minute. I've applied to Survivor. I did tell them about the non-compete, so it's probably not going to happen. But I'd love to do Survivor. Love is Blind, and I'd love to do the Squid Games. The challenge would be pretty fun.
Good game. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun.
That would be fun, man.
Yeah. Honestly, like I've always wanted to go on a dating show, but as I got a little bit older, I'm like, you know what? it's probably not going to work out on TV anyway, trying to embarrass myself, opening up my feelings and my whole past. And,
Yeah.
I'd rather just go on a competition show, win some money, like Squiggy in the Challenge. I actually had somebody reach
Yes,
out to
sir.
me back in
Ooh.
November of last year. And they're like, oh, if you don't hear anything by February, uh, obviously we moved on, but they're like, oh, we loved your personality, we loved your video, your application, blah blah blah, and they never called me back. I was like, damn, that would have been so
Like, hey,
hard.
what's my chance?
I was like, why'd you call me?
No, it's cool that I mean, I would expect nothing less. The type of person you are, just from talking to you and our back and forth through text, I can definitely see someone like you being great for TV. I think TV needs more people. I mean, obviously, maybe this is a little biased, but even removing myself from it, I think TV needs more like genuine people like us to provide some balance. Because when you watch stuff like, I don't know, Love Island, maybe, right?
Yeah.
You see the same prototype of person. I don't watch Love Island. I just get, clips here and there and people tell me about it. And I look at the few of the clips, I'm like, oh wow. Like you need some of that. I'm not gonna lie. You need some of that. But having some genuine people too. I remember my first time watching Perfect Match season one. There's like this French woman that was there. She was pretty, she was genuine.
Oh, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm talking about?
She was from The Circle, but the French version, right?
Oh, cool. Yeah. I guess she was
I
from, yeah,
believe
she had
so.
to been from another show. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
So
all from different shows.
yes.
And it was at first it was exclusively for Netflix reality stars, and then now they started letting in everybody from other shows like that's not even on Netflix. But I think I know who you're talking about. I forgot her
Yeah.
name. I think it starts with an I or something.
It might start with an I. That's cool. You know her, man. Yeah, I
I mean, I
forgot
don't
who
know her
she is
personally,
either, but
but yeah, yeah. So she was,
yeah, you know
I,
of her.
yeah, I think she was on The Circle. Netflix is The Circle, but the French
The
version.
French version. Yeah, she was so cool, man, but she was so different from everyone else. Like, I don't know. I think Netflix needs a little more of that. Like, sprinkle in maybe 30% of your cast be cast members like me. And then have the other 70% be like your, influencer, high drama, like they're trying to just make a scene, whatever. And I think when you mix those two people together, you're gonna get some interesting conversations, interactions, all of the above, you know? So yeah, man. It's cool.
I don't think I've ever seen a reality TV show with somebody that likes heavy metal in there, or that they advertised at least. We're because you and I are some genuine cool people, like just like we said, like
Yeah.
the whole heavy metal community is, like we like
Yeah,
we talked
man.
about for sure.
Think about this too. Someone like me and you, like we have how do I describe it? I think we don't look like what we like, you know? At least I can speak for myself. I can talk about these things. Like even my bio. I remember my bio on Netflix, they posted it and they were like, what's something that you like from your childhood? Yu-Gi-Oh. And they're like, when do you eat dinner? 7 and 11. And then it was like sports, might write a song for someone, likes metal. And I was like, likes catch and release fishing. And that was all on my bio on the Netflix site. And I was like, dang, I have the coolest bio, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
that is dope, bro.
Yeah, I actually saw that when I was looking up everybody's bio, just to be nosy. Because, like when a show comes out that I think is interesting, I like to look up like everybody's age and job,
Same.
background, just to be like, damn, who can I
Yeah.
relate to on this shit? And it says like
Yeah.
loves all this stuff. I'm like, this is like the coolest fucking bio. I'm like, you should have been
Appreciate
the
it, man.
fucking main, you should have been the star of the goddamn show.
Netflix, have y'all fumbled, man? Did y'all fumble Netflix?
They
I don't
fumbled,
know.
man. They
Maybe they
fumbled.
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 I mean,
They're gonna realize it soon and put you on something.
they got to put me on something else, man. To be casted is really, really super rare. I'm really thankful for that. But maybe like we're saying, we're like, hey, there's still some meat on the bone. You gotta put things like that out there. I even want to do it for the sake of there's more people like us. Um, and I think they would love if they could see someone through their own TV and be like, hold up, I'm a guy who's like different and likes metal or chess and anime and IT and all that kind of stuff, but I don't feel like I quite fit in with a major popular crowd. But that doesn't matter. I can still be myself, and I feel like that's what I represent. And more people would love to see that, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why we need some more casting producers that are into the same stuff that we are. Like, I
Yes.
haven't met very many of them that like heavy metal music or that can probably relate to it. Because it all starts with them, and then they have to convince the rest of the team, and then they have to convince the producers of the show, and then the
Yep.
executives of the network, and it just goes
Yep.
on from there. That's why like I've applied for a ton of shows, and some reached out to me, but I've applied more than they've reached out to me, but like over the years,
Mm.
because I thought it was fun, and but you know, I've kind of steered away from like identifying as me loving heavy metal so much because I feel like people kind of like get scared of that. So, but I mentioned, yeah, I'm in a band. I used to say I'm in a heavy metal band, and I'm like, oh, I'm in a rock band with
Yeah,
other,
it's just a rock.
just like they always ask, and then
You
but
bring up a really great point. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
no, it's all good. And even like just seeing stuff like on America's Got Talent and certain things where like I've seen some viral clips going on with like really, really amazing vocalists just like screaming and growling, just
Yes.
very, very excellent. People don't understand how hard that is to do. But then they get
Hmm.
booed and people get scared. I'm just like, it
I
needs to
don't
be more
understand.
mainstream, like in the
Yeah.
80s and the 90s. What's going on?
You know what's interesting too is that people will wear the shirts and they'll wear the art of these metal bands, but they won't appreciate their actual music. You
Yeah.
know, like think of how many Def Leppard shirts you see, or maybe even Nirvana. Nirvana's not heavy, but I'll catch, not no disrespect, like it's fine you wearing the shirt, but I'll talk to someone who has a Nirvana shirt on. I'm like, yo, Nirvana, Kurt Cobain. I was talking about his like his artistry, his lyrics, and sometimes him just being candid and just being goofy. They'll be like, oh no, no, it's just for fashion. I'm just wearing a shirt. I'm like, ah man, I was trying to connect, man. Like
It's just a trend. Yeah, because you'll see
just a
those shirts.
trend.
You'll see those shirts like in Walmart or JCPenney or
Yeah.
some, some big store, and then they'll just wear it. And I started to see that with Slipknot and Korn nowadays too. Like they're starting to
Yes, bro.
put them in there. I'm like, are people just gonna wear this for fashion now? Like I was at the Dollar Tree the other day. I saw a Korn poster. I was like, oh, this is
Wow.
sick. And Macy's was like a Slipknot shirt. I'm like, oh, like do
What? A
people even
Slipknot shirt
notice
at
now?
Macy's?
Yeah.
Wow,
Like
that's dope.
I'm like, people are just gonna wear it for fashion. They don't even know anything
Yeah,
about it, but it's all good. It's
yeah. But
fascinating.
it's all good. Yeah. And think about it, like, I mean, you already know, like a band like Slipknot, the way they came out was very much, hey, we're just gonna be ourselves. I think they were the only band at the time that was saying lyrics like that. They were very like rebellious. They were wearing all their masks. They were like nasty. Even their interviews, they just said whatever the fuck they wanted to say. And they were just unapologetically themselves. And I feel like their fan base represents that. But also, they have other songs. Like, listen to Vermilion, Vermilion Part Two. They can sing, they can go slower, or they can do some really heavy stuff like People Equal Shit.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, I love it, man. I love all of it. I wanted to address something that you said earlier. I think I might have lost it a little bit. My bad.
No, my bad. I'm all over the place with the
No,
questions.
me too. Me too.
Like, um,
Oh, my fault. It just came back to me. You mind?
yeah, go.
Okay, so you said something along the lines of I try to suppress it a little bit. I know exactly what you mean and how you move because some people get so intimidated and scared when you say metal, death metal, heavy metal, like they have like this fright response. So I do the same thing. Sometimes it's like, oh, I like a little rock, a little indie, a little hip hop, R&B, just stuff like that, right? And
Yeah.
even that even comes down to whenever I go on dates or like you said, sometimes you're interviewing with casting directors and you have to almost not hide it, but like suppress it a little bit. Like for example, I eat a certain diet. I've been trying out a plant-based diet. So
Okay.
I'll be on dates and they'll be like, oh, what kind of foods you like? We can go to steakhouse, whatever, whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm just trying out a diet. I don't say I'm vegan because I'm technically not vegan. I'm just trying out like it's dietary for me. Like I have leather shoes. I appreciate the vegans. I'm not anti-vegan. But yeah, you almost have to like minimize it a little for them. It's like you don't say like, yeah, I like Slipknot, I like Fulci, I like hardcore. It's pretty much it's pretty
Yeah.
much just like, yeah, let's do a little bit of rock. I like rock music. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I completely know what you mean. I was doing a whole vegan diet for a while, and then I switched to vegetarian because I'm like, fuck, I miss cheese. But yeah, even then, like I don't even mention that I don't eat meat because every time I mention I don't eat meat, people are like, what? Like,
They are
why?
so,
Like, what's wrong
man,
with you? I'm
exactly.
like, what's wrong with me not wanting to put a carcass in my mouth? If I
That's
don't want
it.
to. I mean, it could be for
That's
whatever
it.
reasons, but in the same with heavy metal music, like
Yeah.
casting directors would be like, oh, I'll be like, oh, I play music. Like, oh, what type of music? I'm like, rock and
It's
a
like, oh,
little bit of
rock.
pop, a little bit of hip hop, but like, I'm like, sometimes I'll be like, if I mention heavy metal, I feel like I get like a weird stare, be like, well, it's like,
Hmm.
you know, I have to like name certain bands like, oh, they're like heavy metal like Metallica. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like that's like the first thing that comes up. But like, I love fucking extreme death metal, but shit, Cannibal
It's funny
Corpse,
because,
Behemoth,
bro, yes,
you
yes,
know.
man, good groups. It's funny because we both lived the same experience, man. That is so hilarious. They'll be like, "You mean the screaming heavy stuff, like Metallica or like Kiss?" And I'm like, "Yep, exactly.
Exactly.
Just a little bit." I'll be like, "No." Maybe I'll minimize it a lot. I'll be like, some rock, like Incubus,
Incubus, yeah.
even though Incubus is dope, it's like,
Dude, even sometimes I mention Slipknot to some people like casting directors. I'm like, Slipknot? They're like, no. I'm like,
it's
what
like,
world do you live in?
yeah, what world do you live in? One of
Uh,
the biggest new metal groups in the world. Absolutely.
yeah, it's crazy, man. I love new metal so much, man. Like, because my
Me
band is called
too.
Annabelle Asylum, and like we haven't like
Sick.
officially disbanded, but it's just like me and my brother now. We used to have like six different people in there, but like we have a bunch of old recordings, and shit. I think the last time we actually made a song was like in 2022, and I released it, or 2023, and I released it. But there's a band. I don't know if you heard of them. They're like very underground. They're called Love and Death. But
Mhm.
Head from Corn, the guitar player.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the guitar player from Corn, Brian Head Welsh or whatever, he started a side project, and then he got the guitars from Breaking Benjamin on bass,
Ooh, it's
and then
pretty cool.
and then they
They
got a
got great
drum.
bass.
Yeah, and then they got a drummer, and his friend was on guitar or whatever. But his friend that was on guitar, I paid him to do a feature on my band, one of my band's songs, and I threw it up. Like he was doing clean vocals because he can sing really good, and
Oh,
I was just doing the screaming on it and stuff like that. And then I was like, you know what? Since our guitar players quit back in the day, I was like, let me just like practice my guitar work, and because I would write a lot of the songs, so I ended up recording the guitar and the bass. My brother did the drums, I did the vocals, and then I paid somebody to do a feature. So it's
that's awesome, man.
pretty cool. It's a guy that's friends with members from Breaking Benjamin and Corn and their little side project, little super group thing. It's called Love and Death. You should check it out. I'll send you a link. I'll show you that song that we did. And I'm
Just
like,
about to ask for that.
yeah. And I was like, damn. Like it was just so much fun doing that over the years. I would pay random people that I liked that I found online. Maybe like metal musicians that aren't super famous, so they would answer my
Yeah.
door so they could see it. And when we were playing shows, the original Korn drummer, David Salvera, he
Hmm.
was in like the first seven albums of Korn. He did like all the major hits before they got a new drummer. That
Yeah.
guy, David, he started a new band on his own. Like he quit Korn back in 2011, and then he opened up his own restaurant, and then that
Yeah.
eventually shut
I've
down
seen clips of that.
or something like that. But then he started a couple of new projects. He had like three new projects after Korn, but the last one that he had was called Bias, like breaking in a sequence. I
Hmm.
found them online and I got in contact with the guitar player, and then I brought him out to where I live in the Coachella Valley area in California, and we did three shows
Hmm.
with them. So I was like honored to do that. I got paid
That's
them, and we
awesome,
figured out a
bro.
contract and all that crap. And then
That's awesome.
I was like, damn, dude. And then we covered two Corn songs. It was Freak on a Leash and Right Now by Corn,
That's
and we played
awesome.
three different venues out here. And what happened? His band members were like all like headbanging and jamming to it, and they were like, you know what? David was backstage just like air drumming to your brother
Oh,
playing
that's
the song.
great.
So I was like, dude, that was an honor. That was the only
That is an
member of Corn
honor.
that I met. That was the only member of Corn that I met, but that was just an honor though. Like he's all
That's
retired right
cool.
now, but
Yeah.
dude, that was badass. And then
Dude, that is badass.
I miss having a band and playing shows and all that shit so much. But and I don't even look like the clothes that I wear now. I don't even look like it. Because I would be like
Becoming
playing,
all forms, man.
yeah, I would be playing shows and like just advertising that solely on social media for years. And then I started to get into acting. I got a voiceover agent and all that stuff. And then I noticed like some old followers telling me like, "Oh, damn, Brandon's doing side quests now, like trying to get on reality TV and trying to do acting and stuff." But that's another dream of mine. So, but
That's awesome, man.
so like,
Thanks for sharing that.
what is your goals though, like with everything? So like what is your main goals, like to do, like to become like a reality TV star, or to be a professional voiceover actor, to be a heavy metal musician? Like what's your path that you
Yeah.
ultimately want to take, or do you want to kind of just do everything overall? Like, what do you think like your main
Yeah.
goal is?
So this is going to be probably tough for me to answer, but I'll try. Um, I really have a lot of interests, and I think I also have adult ADD, so it's really tough for me to hone in on one of them and like focus on it. I so much envied when I was in college. I so much envied people who were like, "Oh, I've always wanted to be a nurse practitioner, and I'm in school to do this, this, or this, and this is my path, and I'm staying on it." Or I've always wanted to be an orchestra director. I went to North Texas, and they'd be like, "I want to do this, this, that." I was like, man, I grew up having so spread out on my interests and my goals and my love and passions. I don't know if I need to find something that combines all of them, man. But right now, if I can try to answer this succinctly, I would love to do VAVO. I'd love to do voice acting, voiceover. I would love to honestly be an actor as well. I took some acting classes as a kid and I loved it. I fell in love with it. I really did. I even do characters now where I'm like, should I do this character more? Like I do a country character, I do like a hood character, I do like a nerd character, an English character. I'm like, do I need to bring these characters to life? I need to actually express this more. But also, I'm not gonna lie, man, I would really appreciate doing another show, whether it's reality TV or a competitive game show, or I'm part of a series or something like a series on Netflix or Hulu or something like that. That'd be really, really cool. Dang man, I don't know. Those probably would be my top three there. Um, Acting, a TV series, reality TV, voice, and maybe combining them and being your own personality somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer, dude. Because like my whole
Yeah,
life, I've been all over the place because I love so many different things, like making
yeah.
music, and I've always wanted to be an actor since I was like 6 years old. Because
Yeah.
my dad was a head chef of this catering company, for feature films, like a lot of Adam Sandler
Oh,
films, and
oh,
he
that's
so
cool.
like growing up, like I have pictures and stuff I can show you. I'm not lying. Sometimes I mention this and people are like, "You're lying." I'm like, "Well, I want to be
I
honest."
believe you.
Like my he was a chef. He doesn't do it anymore. He has his own business doing other stuff now. But like throughout my elementary school years, though, he was yeah, basically a head chef. It was a catering company called Gala Catering, and yeah, so like when I was 7, I met Adam Sandler and Keanu Reeves and like Winona Ryder, Drew Barrymore, and all this.
Oh wow,
I have
man.
pictures of my dad with all of them and me with them when I was like 7 or 8, like in The Rock,
Dang.
just like different shit. So that's what made me want to be an actor and get into that the whole realm of things. But because my so it was my dad's cousin. She was a camera operator for like some Nickelodeon and ABC TV shows and stuff.
Dang. Big names.
Yeah, so yeah, it was just yeah, it was like really really awesome to experience that growing
You've been
up.
all it sounds like you've been exposed to like a lot of that. I mean, you're in California, so maybe it comes with the territory, but just being exposed to all of that at a young age, I think opens your eyes to a lot, you know? I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and you know what? I tell my dad to this day, I'm like, you shouldn't have quit. You should have went with it because he wanted to start his own catering company. Because he quit for like different reasons. He felt like he was being mistreated by his boss and wasn't getting paid or treated as
Mm,
well. So he kind of like left and did his own thing. But I'm like, you had so many connections for me to like get in the industry, and
mhm,
now you don't talk to a lot of those
mhm.
people anymore. I'm like, what the fuck? I call those people up, dad. I'm like, calm the
Dang it,
fuck down.
Dad.
I'm like, give me some. He's like, I have some numbers, but it'd be weird just to call him up just to be like, hey, can you give my son an audition? I'm like, just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
but I understand. It's a little weird, but man, because like it is still very hard to get in the industry because I have a
mhm,
agent for commercial voiceover and modeling, but theatrical agents get you the auditions for TV and film.
mm,
I mean, not commercial, but like sitcoms and
mhm,
feature films and stuff like that. So that's what my other agents were telling me. I need to figure that out. But then they're like, you need to build a more of a resume,
mm.
get those people's attention, but then you need certain people to get work. So it's kind of like a big loophole.
How
But
do you do that?
it's crazy, dude. I just took my shot and I went to a showcase called iPop like
Hmm.
iPop International or whatever, and they, of course, the catch is they make you pay, but it was
Yeah.
like $4,000. But I convinced the owner to let me pay in payments at the time, so I didn't have to like go broke and shit.
Hmm.
And then basically I did that, and then I didn't have a resume at all, but I just been on like 5 different game shows, like just regular game shows. That's not acting. You're not supposed to put reality TV on an acting resume, but I did it
Hmm.
anyway, just and made my own headshots before I got professional headshots, and just winged it. And they're like, we really loved your auditions, in person. And there was like 100 agents and managers there, but yada yada yada. And
Yeah.
for the adult division, there was like probably like 100 or so, 150 people auditioning. I got like first place. I got like this first place award for like best commercial audition. So then I
Jesus, my
got that,
boy.
and then I landed at an eBay commercial and shit like that.
Oh.
I haven't booked any more auditions or any gigs since then. A lot of like background stuff, like featured background and things
Hmm.
like that. But I've been trying to book more work with the agents that I have. I get tons of auditions every day, but it's like so competitive. I've been
Yeah.
wanting to book more with voiceover, but I haven't booked one gig yet. But I've had a bunch of cool auditions for Marvel animation, video
That's
games, and
awesome.
TV shows. Something I did like Deadpool and some other characters, and I was like, I thought I would get it, but I thought I was so close, but I didn't get it. But
Yeah.
I'm still working towards it, and
Hope you get your breakout, man.
yeah, yeah, it's definitely hard out there. It's all about who you know, really,
Yeah.
and just probably if you have money, you can probably pay people, but
Yeah.
who
I
knows?
see that I see that in several industries. You're right. I mean, I'm not exposed as much as you are, but I do see it in certain industries where it's like, oh, I know so and so, and we have the capital to back it. So yeah, I got my foot in. I'm way ahead of, the other guy that's scrapping just to get noticed a little bit. I'm like, dang. Some people, there's some artists that we love to this day and age. I mean, they're great at their craft, but like the way they got in is because their parent maybe was like a senior director of NBC or something, and they're like, "Hey, my son wants to act. Here you go. Here's some bread." And now that person's a famous actor or actress now. I mean, kudos to them, but I'm like, dang, how do you break in without those connections? You know?
Yeah,
I don't know.
even my dad's cousin, I call her my aunt, even though it's not really my aunt, but my dad's cousin or whatever. Because like she's that camera operator, right? And
Mm.
I reached out to a director of a show she was working on. I think it was a Nickelodeon. I forgot what show it was. Uh, I don't know. There's
SpongeBob?
so many of those little. No, it was a live action one.
Oh, okay.
It was like
Like
iCarly.
iCarly or something.
Yeah, it
Oh, okay,
wasn't
guys.
iCarly specifically. Oh my God, I forgot the name
There's a
of it.
bunch of
There's
them.
so many of those little kid shows. But anyways, he has me
All
as a friend
bad.
on Facebook, and I reached out to him like, how do I get an audition for one of your shows? For example, I told him who my family was like. My aunt's name is Monica, so I told him about her and yada yada yada. That's why he added me on Facebook. And then I was like, how do I actually get an audition for one of these shows? And he's like, you need an agent, like a theatrical agent, to actually represent you. I'm like, okay,
Mm.
that's why I worked my ass off to get an agent, but it's so hard to get a theatrical agent to give you auditions for certain like sitcoms and feature films. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but I'm working towards it. I mean, it's all progress. But I'm like, damn,
See?
I had like a tiny bit of connections, not like super crazy
Yeah.
connections, but it's like it's just you have to have the right connections because I need the right connections with the right agents and the right casting directors versus just like
Yeah.
my because like my aunt was basically saying like I'm a camera operator, I can only do so much, you know what I mean? She doesn't work
Mm.
every day with the casting people and the agents. That's all
Yeah.
behind the
Just
scenes.
like crew. Yeah.
But
Camera crew.
trying to figure it out still. But yeah, like how like so you showed me a bunch of like clips of you doing voiceovers.
Mhm.
That was really cool, by the way. So what do
Thanks,
you do?
man.
So yeah, so do you just like look up like random clips that you like or to practice?
Yeah, so I'll go and I'll look up. I usually search it by a hashtag. It's like voiceover challenge that I look up. And you'll see somebody that'll be like, "Hey, you are a villain in a village or something, and these are your lines. Ready, go." And I'll just, shoot my shot and turn the camera on and try to get my settings right and stuff like that. I still need to study microphones and get really good at that because I went to my friend's house yesterday and I was like, man, this mic is great. I feel like it shows the whole tone of my voice, but my USB mic doesn't really do that. But anyways, I was like, whatever. I don't have all the equipment right now. I'm gonna at least try it, put it out there. Maybe two people look at it. I don't care. I'm gonna just fail fast, be bad at it fast, and just get better from there. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Casting Networks. You should download that app. It is like 30
Plastic
bucks a month,
networks.
but you record a couple of good little demo reels, like shit, even if it's like a minute each. Like do a you can find like your favorite video game character, favorite animation character. You can even copy a scene from scene and just like
Ooh,
whatever, I don't know,
that
like
I can
anything that's your
do.
favorite, and then just record it so you have something to send to casting directors to
Hmm.
possibly get an audition, you know, because you can self-submit.
That
I get a lot of auditions too, self-submitting on there, like from legitimate commercials and video games and stuff like that too. They have
I can
quality.
do that. Do you mind? Would you message me some of this? Because I could actually do that. Already have some, I play video games. So there's times where the V actor for the video game character, I'm spitting it like, live with my friends or with random people, and they're like, oh my gosh, it sounds just like that person, and I'm like, whoa, I need to record this somehow and just put it side by side, you know?
Yeah, because like you could put like a head. If you don't even have headshots, it doesn't even matter. You could put any pictures of yourself. You could put any recordings that you have, of
Mhm.
course. You don't have to put a resume. You could put a resume, whatever. You, your what helps too is your skills. Like so, you go in the little skills section. You could list that. You could do different types of voices, like singing. You could put singing. You could put like heavy metal voices, rapping, whatever you can do. You can like literally list every little specifics that you can do, and
Mhm.
it actually helps. So, and then there's like a little breakdown section where it's like, oh, commercial VO for I don't know T-Mobile, for example. I've seen on there before, and they tell you how they want you to do the voice, what the script is, or whatever. You can just record it and send it over. But also, when you send that audition over, you can send in previous work that you have recorded yourself, so they can see other stuff that you can do. And yeah, I've gotten auditions like that, so you don't have to wait
Heck
to be
yeah.
represented, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's what
also
I,
having that too, your profile is searchable. So any work that you
yes.
want people to see, agents and casting directors will. I've actually been hit up on there before, like, hey, you have some good work. We're like a boutique agency, or like a small agency, basically with a little few connections, but we want to represent you and help you out. That's how I first started.
Heck
So like,
yeah.
they would give me auditions for little things, and you know, it's legit though. You get paid if you get the job. So
Heck yeah, man. And that's where I appreciate our connection because you're several steps ahead of me. Like you're actually submitting and you have reels and you have things to show. I'm like, few pebbles on the ground right now, and I'm just trying to build this mound and this mountain of proof that I could maybe do it. And maybe while practicing, I realized that I'm not. But there's just been hundreds and hundreds of random people that are like, "Oh my gosh, you to do this, your voice, you do that." Basically, what I'm trying to say is, you kind of voiced it before, but as someone who's already experienced in that area, do you think I have any potential there? And if so, where do you like what direction would you focus on? Or would you be like, hey man, just keep doing what you're doing and find where your, I guess, niche or where your forte might be? Like, what do you say about that?
no, dude, you have a lot of potential for sure. And honestly, I know this is not related to voiceover at all, but just you putting that like you can put on your profile like different credits, so like of TV shows and any type of work that you've done. You can
Hmm.
literally put on there Netflix Age of Attraction season one. Doesn't matter how much screen time you got, doesn't matter about any of that, or if it's related to voiceover or whatever or not. People will see that, but oh shit, he was actually considered and cast and processed and
Oh,
approved for Netflix. Like
I
people will
see.
look at that. And you know what? It's weird because a lot of the times when you're trying to get into acting, commercial, voiceover, feature films, any type of acting, right? People, a lot. I've got a lot of advice of people saying stray away from reality TV and certain things that will make you look bad because it doesn't cross over. But lately, I've been seeing that's not fucking true because
No.
it was actually funny. Like 2 years ago, I did something stupid. It was for an April Fool's prank. I put an AI picture of myself, and I said I was going to go on Love Is Blind season 9, And because I saw some other influencers like joking around about that just for an April Fool's prank. But
Mhm.
the two owners of the casting agency that I'm with actually hit me up and were like, "Oh my God," because that's like their favorite show. Like, you're gonna be on Love Is Blind,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Like, do you need a theatrical agent? And these people
Oh,
fucking okay, so you know Wizards of Waverly Place,
wow.
Disney
Yeah.
with Selena
Yeah.
Gomez. They cast the she's like 16 or 17 years old. They cast the main person for the spin-off series of that with Selena Gomez. I forgot her name. And they cast a bunch of other people like on Hulu and stuff like that. But like they have big connections to give me actual auditions to be thrown out there on bigger TV shows that I actually want to be on.
Yeah.
And in my head, because I had previous agents and managers telling me like, do not go on any more reality TV shows. Don't do any more background acting work. It's counterproductive. It's not going to help you. Yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, I can see that.
Mm.
That's because a lot of casting directors they don't see reality TV people as actors and vice
Yeah.
versa. Because when I apply and audition for a ton of reality shows, they're like, don't mention that you do acting work because they're not going to like that. They say that all the fucking time. But then I've
Yeah.
been noticing lately sometimes like some people just want to represent you if you have clout or something
Yes,
like that.
man. Or if
And
you have like a
then
recognized name behind you. Yeah.
so I told the two owners of my agency that fucking actually rep people like on Disney Channel and shit like that. I told them it was a joke, and I was like, "I'll take it down. I'm so sorry. I was just messing around. It was like a little trend
Yeah.
going on." And then they were just like, "Oh no, it's cool. You don't have to take it down." We thought it was pretty funny, but because they were like, "Send me your resume. Do you
Wow.
have an agent?" Yeah, yeah. They wanted like on the
So
spot. I was like,
enthusiastic.
"Fuck."
Damn. It's
I'm
like
like,
as soon as they realize they're like, whoa, Love is Blind. I very much know that show. Everyone knows that show. Hey, me, 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 me. It's like, wow.
okay, so you want to make me an actor now, but okay.
Dang, man. All over this. Wow. Yeah, you're right. There's sometimes like you said, I didn't believe it at first, but I see it happen with real time interactions with some people. Like I wasn't in there much, but the fact that I was on there, sometimes I'll just go out in different parts of the city and they'll be like, "Oh, you're on that show." Like, "Oh, come and hang out with us. I'll buy you drinks," like all that kind of stuff. I'm like, "What?" And I'll just imagine someone else that's like was shown much more. I bet they get anything that they want. Not that I envy it, but like you said, it might open more opportunity.
Okay to
Like
envy it.
you.
Okay to envy it. I fucking envy it.
I like some solitude sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but there are times where I'm like, you know what? It'd be cool to be your own person and get paid to be your own person. Like that'd be pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be super dope. Um, yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, the whole entertainment industry is crazy. Like, you just get all this
Yeah,
validation once you make it and shit. But,
yeah,
but
man.
damn,
Then you're a hero. Congrats to him, bro.
that's crazy.
Do you know? Before we like wrap up or anything, I know you said like I think like you have potential and everything like that. I'm not like fishing for compliments, but I'm just kind of
Oh yeah,
wondering.
no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, no, you're good. I'm just kind of wondering, like, what potential have you seen, or do you see, or like any feedback with that? Because I'm not able to. I don't know a lot of people in this space, so I'm not able to get that kind of feedback from people. I just talk to random people, and they're just like, "Oh, I think your voice is like calming, and I can go to sleep to it, and it makes me feel safe." But from someone who like professionally does it, I'm like, what do you see or detect where you're like, "Oh, there's potential there," you know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, from the things you showed me, I thought it was actually pretty good. Like, I'm kind of new to it to myself. I only had like a voiceover agent for like a year now. I haven't actually
Mm,
booked anything for voiceover, only commercial on the commercial side, but I'm like trying hard every day to practice because I'll get a bunch
mm,
of auditions. They're like, if you get a bunch of auditions, you're doing something right. But I'm
mhm.
like, still haven't booked something specifically. So I'm just like, am I not doing something right? So am I the best
Hmm.
person to give advice to? But still, yeah, I don't know. Like what you showed me was pretty solid, I believe. I know a lot what they look for is like because I know a lot of times I miss opportunities for not being bilingual
Mm.
too.
Dang.
But well, because my
Same.
last name is Marquez, I'm like half Mexican, but I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Um, it's not always like mandatory to speak. another language or to have accents, but I know it does help.
Hmm.
Um, like how okay, so how many like different types of voices can you do you think you can do? Or like have you made up your own voices yourself, like your own
Yeah.
characters, or do you kind of just like mimic others
Oh
or
yeah. Yeah, the country one, I can do different levels of the country one. I grew up part of my life in the country. I live in Texas, so that one's my own. There's like an African one I can do. There's um an Indian one I can do, like a South Asian one. There's a English one that I can do, but it needs more practice. I'm not gonna lie. But there's also like this like monster dark. I think it comes from the metal music maybe, or just from playing video games like fantasy games and stuff. I can do one there as well, and I can do Brandon like an anime one as well. Whether it's like the Midoriya type of character where he's like, shy, kind of naive, but very how do you describe it? Very like insightful and like wants to be the best and all that kind of stuff. Or it could be the guy who's like this calculated, stoic, um, alter character. So it mainly comes from the experience in those spaces as a consumer, but then practicing them on the side and stimming here in my own place when no one's watching. So
yeah. I mean, see, you're already ahead of a lot of people like knowing how to do certain voices and characters like that.
Mhm.
There's like different lanes of voiceover because they have commercial voiceover, which can be like your normal voice. You could just sound more of like
Yeah.
like you can like deepen it, sound like more of like an announcer, or just like
Hmm.
a casual. A lot of times people are like just use your casual voice. Like I had auditions for like T-Mobile, Verizon, Burger King, for example, and things like that. And then you go look at like the Burger King commercials where they don't show their face. It's just them talking over it and advertising whatever the
Yep.
product is. And it's just like their normal casual voice. So a lot of the audition sides are like, just pretend you're talking
Just
to a
talk.
friend, like
Yeah.
casually talking to a friend. Like, just how would you talk to them if you were describing these couple of lines? So like a lot of it, like you don't have to be super talented and you know go all crazy with your voice. I mean, sometimes it's just being
Just
natural
talking.
and just having a certain
Yeah.
voice. I mean, it's acting too, but like, there's because there's commercial voiceover, there's video game voiceover, there's promo, there's uh all different types of shit, really.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
um but I
That's
think you're
good.
going down the right lane. Like I don't have anything negative to say about what you have shown me, honestly. Um I think do you have MP3s or like WAV files of what you have done?
I'd have to extract what I've done so far. The short answer is a maybe. I do have some voice memos of things that I've recorded.
Mhm.
But other than that, I had to pull the audio from video.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
I feel like people judge more if they're like they're
To see you.
seeing a video, and watching your face and how you're acting while you're doing voiceover versus an MP3 file, like it's just like
Yeah.
an
That's
audio
true.
file, because then they get to imagine what you look like.
Yes. That's a good
They get to
point.
portray it, because like you could portray a 90-year-old white man, the completely something completely opposite of you, or a fucking
Ooh, I can do an old voice. Yeah.
or a 9-year-old Indian boy or something, like a girl or
Yeah.
whatever. You can be anybody doing any gender, any ethnicity, any age, and if they see it, I feel like if they see a video of you, if you're putting that online for casting or something, they'll be like
Like,
trying
I don't
to,
believe it.
they'll be like they're already they're
Yeah.
seeing and hearing at the same time. But if you just have the audio files, and then I mean, obviously you can have like headshots and stuff like that. But
Great
that's the thing
advice.
when you send it to me, like okay, I watched the videos that you sent to me, it was really good, but then I had to just not watch and listen to it and just imagine what you might look like or what this character would look like or whatever. And my imagination was it was more vivid to what I was able to see what
Oh yeah.
do. So
Damn, Brandon,
I would
this is
say
really good.
like on like casting networks or Actors Access, if you get those sites to submit to auditions, don't upload videos of that, just the audio files. But if you have
This is really good.
but if you want to do like commercial stuff, like for example, I reenacted like a what was it? I think it was like a T-Mobile commercial. I just remember I memorized some lines and I just reenacted it because it just to have extra footage. and I put it up there for on camera acting, but for the voiceover stuff, that's different.
Hmm.
Or like for
This is
on camera stuff, you dress how you want to be portrayed, you do your hair, I don't know,
yeah.
makeup, lighting, etc. How you want to be portrayed, how they want you to, how you want them to see you. But for
Yeah.
voiceover, yeah, it's like completely different.
This is great. This is really the kind of advice I needed today. I mean, you said other great gems as well, but you're right. There's sometimes when I want to record those like TikToks or Instagram remixes or whatever duets, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should not show myself because I do notice, like you said, the human brain could watch that video. I shared it with a coworker, right? And they were like, it's good, but I don't think you're a cowboy, because they know me in person. I'm like, well, I don't have to convince you that I'm a cowboy. Just listen to the voice. And they're like, I can't separate the two. So yeah, I think I should still do those practices, still do some audio only, but maybe just have like not me shown on there. I'm gonna try that next. I promise you. I'm gonna try that next. I'm gonna send some of that to you.
I
But yeah,
mean,
thank you for that.
yeah, I mean, I do see people like on TikTok recording themselves in the studio doing different voiceover stuff. So I feel
Hmm.
like it's kind of hard to not advertise yourself and put content out there without showing your face. I mean, I guess you
Yeah.
could. Um, like for example, this guy follows me, and he's actually friends with I think her name is Tara Strong. She does the voiceover of Timmy Turner from Fairly Odd
Yes, sir.
Parents,
Yeah.
and a bunch of other shit. She has her own program. I was actually thinking about purchasing, like, because you can like do Zooms with her, and you could just she'll sell
Mm.
like a bunch of lessons.
Steve Bloom does that too.
Yeah, yeah, like certain things, for them to make money. But like I've seen him in the studio, like just doing different voices, but not trying to dress the character, like just the part of the character or whatever. I mean, that's only if you want to like TikTok footage for yourself or whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah,
Yeah. I think.
I know what you mean. Like it's
Yeah.
how like your coworker said, it's hard to like decipher the difference of the voice
Yeah.
and what you're seeing.
Which to the flip side, like you said, I think I sent you one and you were saying something like, hey man, I think the voice acting thing is good, but have you ever thought about acting? So maybe it's a double-edged sword. Maybe they can't separate the two, but maybe they're looking at me and they're like, maybe you should actually also be in the show and do a character because I think, I like the way you look, or I think you look interesting and cool and you have all these interests. And I think a crowd or, the viewer could actually like that and appreciate that. Or, you're playing a character and they see you and that works against what you're saying because they're like, hold on, man, you're playing a darn villain, but I'm looking at your face and I don't know. I don't see an angry guy or like a villain that's about to remove a sword out of, the hero and then cut his head off or something. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you would be great for acting too. Like shit. What were you wearing in the video? Were you wearing like a cowboy hat or something?
Yeah, just cowboy hat.
Yeah, yeah. Shit, I could have seen you in that show or that movie. What was it called? Sinners with Michael B. Jordan. Like back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I see you doing some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man. Dude, I went to a bar this past weekend and no, it was a dating event. I went to a dating event and someone stopped me. It was a guy and he was like, "Bro, are you an athlete or an actor? You just got that look like you're an athlete or an actor or something." And I was like, "Oh, it's pretty cool, man. I appreciate it." But, you know, no.
Like, bro, I'm a fucking Netflix star. Have you seen me on
I'm on
anything?
Netflix, bro. I was just like, yeah, maybe. No, no, no. I was like, yeah, man, not right now. I'm not. I mean, I've played college sports, and I've tried some acting, but I'm not what you think in your head, like this famous actor or famous former athlete or anything. But yeah, man, guess we gotta write our own stories, man. Both of us.
Yeah.
And
This
see
is
what
all the
happens.
beginning. This is all the beginning. You got on Netflix. That's huge. I haven't even done that myself, so congratulations.
Appreciate it, brother. This is where
Yeah,
we start, man.
definitely. So get those voiceover reels going. Get those clips, like maybe like a minute
Yeah.
long each of like a couple different characters.
Okay.
Even if it's just your normal voice, like I said, doing like a Burger King or Cars Jr. McDonald's commercial, like look those up and see how they do it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And
Yeah,
just
for sure.
record some of that, and then I think well, I'll resend it to you. It's casting networks, but it helps so much to get you like your exposure because
Yeah.
like different agents and casting producers and stuff like that can figure like see your work on there.
hmm Much needed. I think people like you and me, man, we're just under the radar, and once people see us, I think they'll love us. We just got to get visibility first and just grind until then, and keep grinding afterwards, of course. But I love the call, man. I appreciate it. Like seriously, I think we should do more of these and keep sharpening each other, and keep giving each other gems, or even just some cool, candid advice here and there and feedback. So yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks,
Oh,
bro.
one more thing I gotta tell you. Have you heard of the band
Yeah.
Machine Head? The metal
Yeah.
band Machine Head? So the guitar player that was in like the first two albums, I believe, his name is Logan Mader. And he also was in Soulfly, the band Soulfly, just for like a little bit back in the day,
Mm.
like back in the 90s. And so he's been producing bands like Five Finger Death Punch. Have you heard of them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So he produced bands like that. So back in like 2016, he found my band from some like local manager that sent it over to him. And it was crazy because like we were so close to a record contract because like he was like, I'm gonna make three demos with you guys, and then I'm gonna try to like scout you guys out to different record labels, like shop you guys to things. And he's like, I'm gonna send this over to like Roadrunner Records. That's where like first Slipknot is
Oh,
on. So
yeah, yeah.
I got like still hyped for that. He threw like a contract in front of us to be our manager, and I was like waiting for like lawyers to look it over so I didn't get scammed and all that. Long story short, it didn't end up happening because I don't know if we took too long to sign contracts or we lost interest or whatever, but he scouted some other girl on YouTube and formed a band with her. Long story short, he got that band signed. They didn't last, and that girl, they were dating and stuff, and obviously he was doing it for a piece of ass. So I feel
Yeah.
like we paid a bunch of money, like probably like 12 grand just to record like three demos. It wasn't even fully mixed.
Damn.
Wasn't even like fully mixed and mastered. And I thought we were gonna get like signed based off of that or it's like some type of record deal. And he was trying, but then he kind of like lost interest, dated this girl, formed a band with her called Once Human. And they got like big in France and all that, but then they kind of disbanded after they broke up. And now that singer is an arch enemy. You know Arch Enemy?
Yeah, wow.
She's the newest singer of Arch Enemy, and I've been in the car with her. I've met her several times. That
Oh,
was, that
wow,
was his
bro.
ex, and like, because they had three singers now. The third singer is the girl that he dated and ditched us for her in that band that didn't even work out. And now she just like broke up with him and moved on. Got
Wow.
her connections through him, and now she's an Arch Enemy. I'm like, you see, motherfucker, you could join us. You got us big, but that was just like a crazy story. Like I don't tell many
That
people.
is
I was
crazy,
just like,
man.
damn.
He
So
was
like,
right there on the brink of it, man. He
since,
just chose the girl first.
yeah, since like high school all the way up to like, I don't even know, probably like 2020 or so. I've been like trying for all those years just to make it in heavy metal music. Then I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should pursue
Mhm.
my dreams in acting or reality TV and other things like that. But you know,
Or maybe you could do Metalocalypse or something. Metalocalypse.
Deathlock, yeah. And then
Yeah, a death clock. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
yeah, and then I was so
Stuck
close
with
to
the
getting on The
show.
Bachelorette as one of those like 25 dudes, like the last
Oh,
season, but it didn't even stuff. But I was
did
like,
you?
well, thank God I didn't get on because I was so
Yeah, I was
close.
about to say. I was
They
like,
pitched
did
me
you
to the
regret not
executives,
getting
but the
on?
executives didn't end up picking me because they already had some. I think they had a couple other dudes named Brandon already on the roster,
Oh, I see.
and they're like, oh, heavy metal guy, all this other
Metal guy,
shit.
get him out of here.
I was talking about acting. I was talking about my job and like stuff I was trying to
Oh yeah.
study in college. And the casting director was like, "You it sounds like you're doing too much."
Casting director told me never to mention that you want to do acting. They told
Yeah,
me never to mention that. It was just like it's always like a dagger. It's like, oh, they're trying to act. No, even if they know that you're going on the show just to, get clout or whatever. Which obviously I didn't. Like, I have like 700 followers on Instagram. I'm nobody. But they said don't mention acting. Don't mention acting. Don't mention acting. So I was like, oh wow, there's rules about this casting thing. Even if they know like whether you're genuine or fake, they want to hear the right things too, you know? Which I understand. You don't want any
you know,
poser on there.
yeah, I've heard that a lot too. And then also I've heard like sometimes they'll allow it with like one or two people once in a while. You know,
Uh,
it's crazy on Age of Attraction. There was a girl on there. I forgot her name, but I was looking through like the whole
Describe her,
network
man.
bio.
I can name her.
I forgot. I just remember reading it. It said her job was described as an actor slash model, and there was like
Might have
one
been
girl on there.
Catherine.
I gotta look it up because I don't even remember what she looks like. But I just remember reading.
You might be talking about Elise. She's in San Antonio. She does modeling. It's
Uh,
either Elise or Catherine.
yeah, Elise Fernandez.
Yeah, she's in San Antonio, Texas. Yeah.
And that's what she was labeled as. Even if per se, like let's say she's not even getting work in that full time, maybe she does something else on the
Mm-hmm.
side. They still put that as her label.
They did still.
And I was
Yeah.
like, damn, maybe there's some hope for us people trying to
Mm-hmm.
do both.
Yeah. Think like you said, maybe they're like, hey, we'll allow one or two, but not like half the cast.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, that's true.
I know they
I
always
knew
want
exactly what you're
people.
talking about.
Yeah, because like right now, I recently auditioned for some other game show. I can't like say what it is right now, but I might get on it. They said it's like on some big network or whatever, but they're like, just don't mention acting or don't send over a bunch of acting headshots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm like, I want
Yeah.
money, so
I hope you get it, man. I hope you get it.
yeah,
Game shows are fun. I would love to experience that. I mean, I think I would. I don't know. The competition shows are cool. I like watching them.
yeah, the competition series for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, you should apply for Love Is Blind. I actually know one of the casting directors for Love Is Blind, so
What?
next time, that's actually the one that's doing the game show that I might get on next. But they said
Shoot,
that's supposed to be a big deal or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know if I'll get on it. But
bro, let me know, man. I know some. Hey, we need to exchange casting directors, man. We need to,
I know.
because I know some
Yeah.
people too from Netflix.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll send you some profiles and stuff. But so I know like they're very specific with Love Is Blind. Like if they cast in Dallas or specific areas, you have to be from there. So I'll see
Yeah.
I'll see when they're casting next and see like what area they're going to be in. I feel like
You
they
know
stopped
what?
in Los Angeles.
I hope they open that up. I hope they open that up to personality rather than proximity. But I understand the proximity. I really do understand it. The way it's filmed, I mean, you watch Love Is Blind. The way it's filmed, it's very much like, oh, let's go to your childhood home. Let's visit your friends and have them come to this bar and all kinds of things like that. But maybe after the pandemic, hopefully they're just like, you know what? We'll open it up. We don't care if you're in Dallas, but we're shooting in Austin. You know? Like I hope there's, I don't know. I just think Love Is Blind would be really dope. It gets to show personality more than, I move fast and I'm, this influencer that has 50 grand and I know to say the right things because I watch a lot of reality TV, you know? So,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, they should not always cast influencers and stuff like that. I know in the last Love Island USA season, there's this guy who got on there that had no social media prior, and he made it after he got on.
what? That's
So
awesome.
that's pretty cool. I tried to
That's
apply for
pretty
that.
cool.
I tried to apply for that show like 2 years ago. I did like two auditions. I didn't make it to the final rounds, but then I realized I'm like, oh, no wonder. 'Cause I applied when I was 30. Now I'm 33. They never had anybody past 29 on there.
Yep.
And if you're not 6 foot something, with no
And
kids,
then just like,
super jacked, and I'm just
like
like,
fit. Yeah.
I had no chance, but at least I made some connections.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely did.
So that was
Appreciate you, man.
all right, cool, man. I don't want to keep you hanging for too long, but I know you got food in the oven.
Yeah. I got to eat this mug. And then there's another event at 4 p.m. It's about an hour and a half. I'm gonna just shower and get ready. But man, this is quality time, bro. Like seriously, bro.
I don't know whether we're gonna get over that huge age gap.
Is my life too overwhelming for her?
It's very possible that he is going to break my heart on this mountain today.
I don't want to live my life without her.
I might be feeling dangerous and I might do something crazy. And so